Okay, we're on the fourth floor. As you can see, it's quite high. If I check it with my device, it shows me, well, that's incorrect. Yes, 16 meters. So it's quite high. What we need to do here, it's basically bird proofing service. The customers already had a wiring repellent system and they installed themselves some spikes. Apparently the spikes are not doing the job. As you can see here, the decking is a bit damaged, and you can see what kind of mess the birds are doing. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna install brand new wiring system. We're gonna replace the existing spikes with brand new spikes, so you can compare them over here. You know, they're very different. This is the professional grade. This is something you can buy from local shop or internet. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna strip the spikes. As you can see, underneath there have some silicone, so we're gonna need to remove the silicone, clean the surface, and then we're gonna be able to apply the new spikes. The tools which we're gonna use today are wet napkins, gloves, bean bags. We're gonna use chemical to clean all the bacteria and kill them, different types of scrapers, a knife, a silicone gun, and a special glue. Now the length which we're gonna obviously service today is the whole length of the balcony, which is, I would say, in total 10 meters, but the wiring system is gonna be doubled, so it's gonna be more like 20 something meters of wire. So once we start with the work, you will see exactly what we do and how we strip the stuff. Here we are trying to remove the old glue. We are careful not to damage the surface, of course, yeah, and also the things not to fall down, because underneath there is people. Now, just I wanted to show you, for example, the problem which the customer has is that the birds are still stepping on the edge of the balcony. So what she means is that they step over here. Now, with our new spikes, if we install them here, we will not allow the birds stepping on the edge. As well, they won't be able to come closer to the actual balcony. So this is the idea. We just have to install professional grade spikes. Okay, we finished with the cleaning, and as you can see, it cleaned the metal part over here, which had quite a lot of guano. This section over here, which also had quite a lot of guano. But if you look carefully, you see dark spots on some places, over here, over there. So this is what happens when you have guano for a long time. It just damages the surface on which is sitting. Now another issue which I'm discovering is the glue, the silicone which they use for the spikes. So I cleaned it as much as I could, but as you can see, it leaves a trail from where the original one is been. So now the new spikes which are gonna be installed, they're gonna be pretty much on the top of these existing marks. Or at least I'm gonna try to overlap them as much as I can. But when such a booking, I mean, when you have such a service, you're gonna need to advise the customer of stuff like this, because they might not be happy. They might not expect to have such an effect on the surface of the building. It's not my work. It's from the glue they used, but I believe even my glue, which it will be applied because it's way stronger, potentially will leave similar trail. Just the stone from which the balcony is created, it's prone to damages like this. So hopefully I can cover them with the spikes, but in future if they decide to change the spikes, they will have a line. So yeah, I cleaned also the top bit, and now we are ready with the installation. So I'm gonna start installing, and you're gonna see in a bit how it looks like. So here you can clearly see what is the idea. The birds won't be able to step close to the metal, neither to the end of the ledge, so it should be absolutely fine. Now we're just gonna continue installing the spikes all the way to that pillar over there. Okay team, we pretty much have finished the first section. As you can see, we installed new hooks and new wire, stainless steel, so it's not gonna get rusty. The customer asked me to install a spike over there just in case, and this is how the spikes look like. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna copy paste the whole work. As you can see, I try to clean as much as possible. The metal work here, I haven't touched it yet, so all this needs to be cleaned. And we're gonna need to change the hooks, we're gonna need to change the wire which they have. As you can see there, it's not the proper wire which needs to be installed, so this will be removed. We're gonna clean the surface and we're gonna copy paste the work. Okay guys, we finished with the installation. As you can see, nicely done, tidy. We cleaned here this section as well as much as we could. We installed for her spikes going the halfway to the neighbors, all the way here where is the pillar. It was quite tricky, but we've done it. Here also the same thing. We cleaned as much as we could on the place where we worked. Now the remaining guano which you can see on the floor and under the bicycles, obviously the customer decided not to go ahead with the cleaning, which obviously reflected in the price. So we are not gonna touch the guano. However, I'm gonna do complementary spraying with the chemical all the way the whole section of the balcony, just to make sure that you know, all bacteria and the viruses are being killed. So that's all for today. I hope this has been useful. Make sure when you have you know, customers which want similar job, to advise them that a survey is a must. The reason is, when we receive pictures, you know, it's difficult for the professionals to give actual price or calculation what needs to be done. For example, if in this case we had to install netting, we're gonna need to drill through the floor or somehow install it on the metal frame, and then we're gonna need to install it up on the ceiling, which then again maybe the building management will not allow it. So this stuff needs to be discussed with the customer, and the best thing to be done is the actual technician to do it. So yeah, just make sure you advise them if somebody wants similar job. Make sure that they understand longer they keep pests on their balcony or their property, that this will eventually reflect on their health, especially the guano. And if they have small kids, you know, the kids might touch the guano, or if it's a different pest like mice or rats, you know, obviously these animals, they pee, they poo everywhere, so it needs to be cleaned properly. We need to use special chemicals which will not damage the surface of the wood or metal or whatever it is, and in the same time to kill all bacteria and viruses. So yeah, that's all for today. I hope this has been useful for you all. If you have any questions or feedback, please feel free to write them under the comments or send me an email. Have a good day.